right, welcome to One Nation of Sports Locker Magazine Extra. This is your host, Kirk DeMars, and I am so glad you guys could join us tonight. You know what? I'm a little bit sad, a little bit lonely for, that guy out in Colorado, my son-in-law, Jay Gill. We're going to be missing him tonight. He sent me a message a little bit earlier, said he wasn't feeling too well, so he was going to go home and take a nap. I think I think he was telling the truth. I know he likes being on here and hanging out with us, and he would have really wanted to be here tonight with the guests that we have on. Jay actually wrote the article on this young man, and I want to just give you a little bit of what Jay had to say about him as far as me getting ready to introduce him tonight. Uh, he said, if you've seen the newest edition of Sports Locker Magazine, you would have seen this guy right here on page 58. That is Isaiah Little. And you'll see that title there said a beastly game, or, a beastly game. That sounds like something that's pretty rough. Well, I can tell you from seeing Isaiah holding a rugby football in his hand and that look that he gets in his eyes, it can be a little bit intimidating. I'm just saying. When we talk rugby with him tonight, we talked about it in the interview. You can see that also on Sports Locker Magazine, the digital page. You can get on there and feel free to read any of those articles. You can find them all right there on Sports Locker Magazine. But hanging out with Isaiah, there's an intensity that he has when he's talking about rugby. I mean, he is the nicest young man, a real gentleman. He'll do anything for you, but it's like he does. He turns into a beast when he's talking about rugby. I can only imagine what it's like when he gets out there on the pitch. And you know what? This young man, he was awarded the honors as Rookie of the Year for the 2000 or 20,000 or 2021. Let's just go with that number. How's that? And his squad won first place in the state during sevens. He also faced a little bit of adversity in the sport when he broke his hip. Jay said, "Yikes!" And I would have to agree. Just hearing that makes me really cringe. I can't imagine what it's like. But we're going to go ahead and bring Isaiah on here right now, and you guys are going to enjoy this interview with this young man. All right, Isaiah, welcome, man.
Hi.
Hey, it's good to have you on here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I know you're disappointed that Jay's not on here and bringing all the comedy and stuff like
Yeah.
that he does. Um, I brought up in the introduction that you get this intense look when you're talking about rugby. Tell us a little bit about the sport and why you love it so much.
So 2 years ago, my friend just randomly asked me, he's like, "Do you want to play rugby?" I was like, "I know nothing about it," and I guess he was really convincing because I got out there and I they taught me everything I need to know before my first game. And really, in my first game, I didn't know what I was doing either. I just got the ball and then I ended up getting tackled. Like my first ever 30 seconds in the game, I got the ball and then I got just ran over by this like 6'6", 300-pound dude, and I was like, I don't know if I can do this. So, but I ended up loving it. It's just I don't know. There's just a whole community and everyone's so loving.
Well, talking about community, you said you had your friend play with you, but tell us a little bit
hmm
about it's not a school sanctioned sport. So, who are the
hmm
guys that play rugby with you?
So currently I play for two different teams. I play for the Jefferson City Nightmares, and then I play with a team down in Kansas City, the Park Hill team.
That's quite a name. Nightmares. Again, that's somebody your size running full speed right at you. That's what concerned Jay, that you would just run him right over, right over.
Yeah,
For me, I know I would do one thing. I just get out of the way. Just get out of the
yeah,
way.
yeah.
Go ahead. You just run by me. All right. So where do your teammates come from, and where do you guys usually play your games?
So right now we have it's just like a local team, really. So we got guys from Jeff City, Fulton, just like within like 45-minute drive of Jeff City. Um, we play our field is right next to the bridge. So right whenever you're coming right into Jefferson City from Columbia, there's a rugby field right there next to the concert. No, um, like the conservation pavilion,
Hmm.
and there's like also baseball fields and all that.
Yeah.
But a lot of my friends, not knowing, they were like, "Oh, there's just a random football field out there," but that's our field.
Well, that field probably has been pretty dry with the lack of rain that we've had, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know how, but it looks really good lately. Like they
Has it been
they
good?
keep up with it. Yeah,
Okay. Because I was just thinking, man, again, hitting the ground with no pads on and on
yeah,
that hard ground, that wouldn't feel good at all.
yeah. The
You,
best, the most fun time to play is in the rain because it's just a little bit more cushion, I guess.
oh yeah. Talk about your equipment that you have,
Mhm.
like your shoes that you wear. How big are the
Yeah.
cleats on the bottom and
Oh,
stuff like that?
so I right now just have, I think they're soccer cleats, but it is kind of hard to find cleats on my size because we're size 15. So that's always fun to try to find a pair of cleats. Um, but really all we use is cleats and a mouth guard, and then that's all we need.
All right. Hey, you know what? We have got a pretty awesome guy that's joining us right here on the program. Pastor James Jackson from down there in Yukon, Oklahoma, saying hi to his nephew.
Hi, Uncle James.
That's awesome. I know that him and Miss Doreen really think a lot of you, and they're very proud of you and your brother,
Yeah.
Jordan, and all that you guys do. So good to have you on here, Pastor James. All right. So I want to ask you, what is your favorite part about playing rugby? I mean, and you can expand on some different things, but what is the one thing you say, this is why I love this sport?
Um, I really like just, I don't know, I like the drilling of it. You basically just get it, and a lot of teenage boys will just like they'll tell you after playing that they just getting in there. It's just a bunch of guys just beating on each other. It's really all it is. But then after the game, like 30 seconds after the game, it's just like a switch, and everybody's like playful and cheerful. It's just fun.
A bunch of guys beating on each other. What do you think about that, Pastor James? Would that sound like a good time? I got a bunch of guys beating on each other. That's great. So, tell me about your brother. Do you practice on your brother, or you just
Um,
he,
for the last 2 years, I tried to convince him to play, and he's only ever considered it one time recently because I told him he could be like the guy in the very back. But what I didn't tell him was usually the guy in the back has to stop the big guy who got through all the other guys. So if he plays, it'll be a nice surprise, I guess.
okay? Well, you're not selling it very good to him. You got to make sure that you make it
Yeah,
sound so much better for him.
yeah. And I've been trying to bring him to the gym with me to beef him up a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, why don't you tell us a little bit more about your brother and your relationship
Mhm.
with him? And
Yeah,
I know you guys hang out a lot, and I
mhm,
know he looks up to you. So why don't you tell us about him?
yeah. Um, so we have like your typical, your typical like brother back and forths. But um, it's just really good. We have a really good relationship. We can always goof off and have a great time, and then we can also like be knuckleheads to each other at the same time. Um, but um, it's really nice. Like we're both able to make each other like like laugh or giggle in a certain way nobody else can, and it's just fun. It's nice guy.
Awesome. Your mom just might say yes on the knuckleheads at occasional times. She
Yeah,
just might. I don't know, maybe,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I know
We're all
she.
we're all stubborn.
I know she. I know she does a lot for you guys, and she
Mhm.
loves you a lot, and really takes care of you. And oh, here we go. We've got Miss Doreen jumping on here real quick. We got to bring her on. She says has the best brother ever.
Heck yeah.
That's great.
He's my number one fan.
Awesome.
It's always like even in basketball whenever I play like if someone else is being like ornery or something, I'll just look over and stands and see him just standing up like ready to get in there.
All right. Cool. Hey, you know these people that are on
Yeah,
here?
that
All right.
that's my grandpa and grandma.
They're saying hello and that they're proud of you. So
Hey guys.
this is kind of like they used to have a show called This Is Your Life, where people would come on and they would say all these really nice things. And then they, occasionally they'd have an embarrassing thing that, they might
Yeah,
bring up.
I'm
So,
still waiting for that. Waiting for
yeah,
my
that's
mom
what
to
I was
tell
going
you.
to encourage anybody. Feel free. Feel free. We
Yeah,
can air that on here. Isaiah can take it. If he can take a hit in rugby, he can take anything anybody's got tonight, I think.
yeah.
I don't know.
Hopefully,
Yeah, good. Hey,
we'll
tell us a
see.
little bit. Tell us a little bit about your mom and how much you appreciate her and all
Mhm.
the different things that
Yeah.
she's done for you guys.
Um. So my mom's a single mom. So I have a good relationship with both my parents, but mom does all like the raising and stuff lately. Um. We recently moved to Colombia because she's been driving back and forth like 50 minutes down to Colombia and back in a day for the last like 18 years. So we just moved down to Colombia, and it's definitely been a lot more. Um, it's definitely been a lot easier for her because it's like a 10-minute drive instead of a 15-minute drive, which is nice to see because there's a lot of stress on her, and she's very loving. Always there.
Awesome. Very good. Here we go. And I don't know how she could get these to us, but Miss Doreen says, I have baby pictures.
Oh
LOL.
man, I
Uh,
was a lot smaller then.
yeah, you were probably, you said what,
Yeah,
you weigh
yeah.
235 pounds now?
I weigh 205.
205. Okay,
Yeah,
I gave you a few extra pounds. Sorry.
I'll take the extra pounds. Yeah, everybody in my family's uh just surprised at how big I was because I was like 6 weeks premature, so I was just a tiny little thing.
Well, I do know, again, talking about regardless of how big you may be on the outside, one thing that I know is big on the inside is that you've got a good heart and
Yeah.
you love people and you like serving and helping
Mhm.
others out. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that part of your personality? And I know sometimes it's hard to say those things
Yeah.
about yourself, but just tell us a little bit about why you feel that way about people.
I don't like really the idea of someone like not being able to help themselves or just being pushed around, I guess. And and if I'm able to help in any way, I really like doing that. I helped at my uncle's church, and now Pastor Kurt is the pastor there, and I really liked helping out there. And uh, like a few years ago, there was a tornado here in Jeff, and I did everything I could. I was a lot smaller then, so I tried my best, but I did a lot with the cleanup and just tried to help as much as I could.
You absolutely did, and yes, you did. You played some drums at the church, and
Yeah,
you really grew fond of the cajon box drum. Tell us a little bit about why
it's
you enjoyed that.
I don't know. At home, I'm always like beating on stuff and like just all that, and mom doesn't really like it just because it's noise, and I don't really always do it at a reasonable hour. So
Uh-huh.
it's just fun. It's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, beating on a drum at probably three
Yeah,
o'clock in the morning. That's probably not the best time to do that. I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, you did a fantastic job with that, and we were so appreciative when you would play for us at the church. So, um, occasionally, if you feel like popping down and doing that, you feel free to do that.
Thank
Oh,
you.
yes, yes, yes. Here we go. Mom's bringing it right now.
Uh-oh.
Always at midnight. Always at
Yeah,
midnight.
yeah. And at the new house, my room's right above mom's, so I gotta remember that, or else I might get a phone call from downstairs.
Yeah. Or something pounding up underneath.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what my
yeah,
mom would have done.
yeah,
No, actually, my mom would have yelled up the stairs, and she would have
yeah,
used my full name. She would have been
yeah.
hollering,
Whenever I
Kirk
hear my full name,
Anthony DeMars, yelling the full name. Does your mom do that?
yeah. Only if I've done something really bad,
Yeah, that's
or
when
if
we
I'm
knew
pick, or if I'm just picking on Jordan.
yeah, that's when we knew
I'll
we
just
were in
hear
trouble, right?
yeah. I'll just hear. I want to hear my last name. I'll just hear Isaiah Bryan.
That's right.
I know. Yeah.
That's right. You knew quickly. All right, hey guys, we've flown through this first part of the interview. We're going to go ahead and bring on our sponsors real quick, and we'll be back with the second half as well as the speed round, where you get to hear some off the cuff questions. Isaiah has no idea what we're going to ask. I'm saying we're going to ask because Jay helped with these questions. He loves these questions, and I know he's going to miss that tonight, but great job so far, Isaiah. Let's go ahead and do our commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Not everybody is an 8 to 5 Monday through Friday type. At CNS, we have employment options for the way you want to work with our flexible scheduling program. Flexible scheduling is designed to fit your lifestyle and allows you to be in control of your schedule. CNS offers insurance plans upon employment. Celebrating 45 years of staffing, CNS Business Services.
Say yes to CNS.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
All right, those were our two sponsors, CNS Business Services and Paula, Benny, and her team. They do such an outstanding job of just finding jobs for people in mid-Missouri and also helping the employers by bringing highly qualified candidates to them. So that helps keep us all moving around here in the mid-Missouri area. It helps keep the economy doing what it needs to do. And so we really appreciate everything that they do as a business, as well as the things they do outside of their workplace. They're actively involved in the community, getting ready to bring you Redemption Inside the Walls in September 17th. They're bringing Rend Collective from Ireland. These guys are amazing. If you can, get out there to Redemption Inside the Walls on September the 17th, and you will be glad you did. The Missouri Army National Guard. You know, this is one of our favorite issues of Sports Locker, is our patriotic issue. And we have different student athletes that we represent, and you know, these guys and young ladies are getting ready to go into some form of military, and we just really appreciate the Missouri Army National Guard and their support of the magazine, as well as the students and the families throughout mid-Missouri. You know, they gave me a call today and said that they had one of the young men that we featured in the magazine that was getting ready to head out tomorrow, and they asked if I could bring a couple of copies over, so they wanted to make sure to get that to him before he left for his basic training. I want to do a special shout out to Pastor James Jackson and Miss Doreen Jackson for their service to their country. Thank you guys so much for all that you've done, not only as pastors in mid-Missouri, but also serving your country. Thank you for everything that you've done. All right, Isaiah, have you been having a little bit of fun?
I have. I'm having a blast.
And you haven't really got too tough of questions. You've not had, other than the pictures, maybe baby pictures. We've not seen them. I don't know. I'm waiting for a few other things. Your brother's not on here because he's off at a birthday party. So, he might have had some stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about school and just kind of, your education and what you've appreciated about going to Lighthouse Preparatory Academy.
Mm-hmm. So before I went to Lighthouse, I went to just JC Public Schools. I went to Morrill Heights for elementary school, and I went to Thomas Jefferson for 6th grade. After that, I went to Lighthouse from 7th grade until my junior year, and next year I'll start my senior year at Rockbridge. But the thing I really appreciate about Lighthouse was I was always challenged, and every time that the challenge was a little too tough, I could just go to really any teacher and they would drop everything they were doing and just sit down, like as long as I needed, and help me all the way through.
Okay. So there it was. I heard it right there, because in the article you did not have that you were switching schools yet. So you're going to Rockbridge, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm probably going to play football for them, which I've never played football, but I'm trying.
Well, I think you'll do just fine. You have an idea what position you want to try out for?
I went down to a football game with my dad a few weeks ago, and they had me as a linebacker. So I'm going to try to become a linebacker because that's all I know, really, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I think you will do just fine at linebacker. So, all right, Pastor James said, wow, senior in waiting. Can't believe it. I know that time just flies. Time flies. Seems like yesterday you were just a junior. No, just
I know.
So What are you looking forward to? I mean, I know it's going to be a little bit of a difficult transition going
Mhm.
from LPA and then going
Yeah.
to Rockbridge, but what are you looking forward to?
Um, I'm excited, but also not excited for a full week of school again. Like at Lighthouse, we went Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Tuesday, Thursday were like a at-home study day because it's a college prep school. Um, it would just be interesting getting back into that because I would always have like 2 days to sleep in if I wanted. But um, just getting back to that regular 5 days a week, and then just all the connections. There's a lot more people there. At Lighthouse, there was 3 guys in my class and 17 girls, so it'll be nice to just have more guy friends, I guess.
Yeah, you'll have quite a few opportunities to meet a lot of new people. But one
Mhm.
thing I want to just encourage you to do is you continue to be who you are,
Oh, I
and
will.
you'll do just fine. And you'll find that you're going to have all sorts of people being drawn to you. Let's just call
Yeah,
you a human bug zapper, except you're not extinguishing people, except when you're on the football field. Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
What do you have any idea what you're getting ready to get prepared for on the next level after your senior year? You have any ideas of
hmm
what you're wanting to do?
So if I can, I would want to go to Lindenwood for rugby. I had the chance to go to a Lindenwood camp 2 summers ago, but um, we ended up going to Mexico, which completely fine with that. Um, but if I can't get into Lindenwood for rugby or um, academics, then I was considering maybe a trade school because I'm able to use that for my whole life. And if I wanted to, I could go back to school while in the trades.
Okay, that sounds like a good plan. You definitely okay. I want you to tell everybody a little bit. Okay, so you said not have really done much as far as football, but what are
Mhm.
the differences that you already see between rugby and football?
So in football, you can basically just run into somebody even if they don't have the ball, which is a little interesting. At the camp, I actually tackled a guy in the end zone because in rugby, the ball is alive until they tap it on the ground. So
Hmm.
everybody was confused, and I just got up and I was like, I'm so sorry. I have no idea what I'm doing. The guy that I tackled was more confused than I was, but we got it all figured out.
Oh, that's good. He's probably like, "What just happened here? Some guy
Yeah,
just trucked me in the end zone."
yeah. He looked so excited to get there, and then I just trucked him. I had no idea, but I just
Like it, your mom saying, "I accidentally tackled a guy." That's great. Um, so, when you're dealing with kind of a new situation, again, you've
Mhm,
got your younger brother. What are
mhm.
you gonna do to try to encourage him as you guys are making that transition?
Um. So I would say that Jordan's a little more shy than I am. So just like once you find a group of friends, to just try to build off of that and get to know as many people as you can the first few weeks because it's easy to get closed off in like new situations.
Okay. I asked you this before the program, but why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what
Mhm.
the hat stands for?
Oh, so I went to a youth camp down at Cross Point, which is down in Lake of the Ozarks. We went, I want to say 3 weeks ago with our church, and it was an amazing time. I met a lot of great people, and I still hang out with some of them. I hung out with a few of them a few days ago, actually. They lived in Columbia, which was nice.
Okay. I happened to see you yesterday at Panera. You were there with quite a
Yeah,
few friends, and I was just
yeah.
picturing. I was kind of trying to figure out, okay, what would Isaiah eat here at Panera? Why don't you
hmm
tell him what you had?
Yesterday, I was gonna get a lot of food because I ate a lot. Uh, but it's on mom's card, so I didn't want to break the bank. So I got a barbecue chicken salad.
You
It's
you
very
did
good.
you did have a salad. I saw that, and
Yeah,
that was definitely a healthy choice. I did not expect you to be. I thought maybe you was going to have a
yeah,
couple of plates of sandwiches, maybe a pizza thrown on
yeah.
top.
I thought about it. I was like, what if I just get 3 sandwiches? Because And after I left, I considered going to Smoothie King and getting a smoothie, but I
Oh,
decided not to.
you are somebody after Jay's own heart. You know, he says all the time. He says he's a food guy. He loves food.
Yeah,
So that's going to
yeah,
be
I
a
eat
question.
probably 5 or 6 meals a day.
Oh, man. So 5 or 6 meals a day. So you're
Yeah,
probably burning a lot of calories.
yeah,
Okay. You do a lot of that. And your mom would probably say that as far as the grocery bill. Yep, right there. She
yeah,
said, or Joel said this kid could eat. So,
yeah.
yeah, just
I remember
having,
whenever I went down to the football camp, between plays, I was like, "So what's for dinner?" And he's like, "You just had lunch." And then we ended up going to Taco Bell, and I ordered like 4 tacos, and I was like, "Oh, add a quesadilla on there," and he just looked at me.
yeah. I can think, you've got me thinking about, I think it was Lord of the Rings. And I was
Mhm.
thinking it was the two hobbits that they were just getting done with breakfast. And then they wanted to know what was next. And it was
Yeah,
second breakfast. And then
yeah,
they listed about 9 other meals they were going to eat during the day. So that's kind of where you're at.
yeah.
Okay.
I when I'm eating like honestly 2 days ago, I was making my lunch, and then I was looking at the fridge, uh, looking at what I could have between lunch and dinner.
All right. You know what? Now it's really starting to fly here. So we got to bring this one on. Mom says he has hobbit feet too.
Yeah,
Size 15, did you say?
yeah.
Okay. That
I've
could be
got
approaching.
two
That could
two
be
pairs of
approaching.
shoes because any more than that would be too expensive, and I only got 2 feet, so
All right. Pastor Jackson says a human food truck. Okay. There we go. The people really got it rolling now. So, Isaiah, you've done a fantastic job. You've given us lots of good information. Got lots of pictures. I'm picturing Hobbit feet. Picturing Hobbit feet at a food truck. Different things going on. Are there any other sports or activities that you're involved in that you enjoy doing?
hmm so I play basketball as well. Usually I'm down low in the paint or just in the middle because they just want the big guy down low. And then other than rugby and basketball, I'm starting football, which I mentioned. And before all of that, I played soccer for about 6 years.
Soccer. That's definitely a game you're running everywhere all the
Yeah,
time. Is
yeah.
rugby pretty similar to that too?
I would say, excuse me, I would say that in rugby, I expect it to be like soccer running, but it's like there's at least 4 times more running. You just
Yeah,
have to run everywhere. And the
yeah,
game never stops until the final whistle. So you just have to have a lot of endurance, really.
good. Now you do a lot of weight training. As a matter of fact, you said
Yeah,
you were lifting earlier today,
yeah,
and you might even go and lift some more tonight. Tell us about
yeah,
why you like
maybe.
doing that.
I really like the gym. It's another community thing, really. Everybody there is just trying to better themselves. And the new gym down in Columbia, it's a lot more people around my age or people in college. Whereas the one, whenever we were living in Jeff City, I went to Planet Fitness, and it was like a wide variety of range and age. I just like going there and forgetting about everything else, I guess.
So, what is that rule that they have in Planet Fitness as far as what's that
Uh,
rule? When somebody
they
like
have
you comes in there, what can you not do?
you can't really like be loud or grunt, which at first was weird because like I don't know, uh, just whenever you're moving around a bunch of stuff, you don't just sit there and be quiet, I
Yeah,
guess. But I got used to it, and it was really weird moving to the other gym because like people are yelling and stuff, and it's just I don't know. I just adapted it quickly.
I would have to say that I would be a grunter as well, so that would be kind of hard not to do.
There was a few times where I like actually dropped a weight, and I just like snapped my head back and look at the desk to see if they were looking, but it's
Good. So I gotta ask a question. Did your mom grunt when she was lifting? Did you have to get her to hold back?
uh
This is
probably
your
yeah. She
opportunity to get back at her right here.
we went to the gym the other day actually, and I remember I was doing leg presses, and she was like, "Don't hurt yourself," because I put, I think I had 5 plates on there, which she is uneasy about because it looks like a lot of weight.
Yeah. Here's another confirmation of somebody that thinks you're a great young man, Miss Shelley. Miss Shelley Shirts. She thinks highly of you as well. Thanks for joining us, Shelley. Mom says out of pain, out of pain. And Miss Doreen again has one more comment. She says, "Remember, she has the credit card." Okay, always remember.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, you have done an outstanding job on all these questions. I would, again, encourage anybody that wants to read your article to go on to Sports Locker Magazine, click onto the digital edition, and you will be able to find Isaiah's article on page 58. And then again, it's called A Beastly Game. You got to read it. Good article, great young man. But now we're going to have a little bit more fun. Are you ready for that? We're
I'm
ready to
ready.
have a little bit more fun, and it's funny because this thing just came up over on the side and started talking. So this is the speed round, Isaiah. This is
Heck
time.
yeah. I'm
So
ready.
I've got some fun questions, and here we go. We're going to start off with probably one that everybody wants to know. If you were a Disney character, who would you be?
This is really weird. I don't know if it's Disney actually. Maybe it is, but the redhead girl from Grimm.
The redhead girl from Grimm.
From
Is that what
Grimm.
you said? Ah, okay. Why?
Yeah.
Why would you be that?
I don't know. She's just fierce, I guess, and she's not scared to back down to help other people out.
I love this response right here. I'm gonna put that up. Question marks. That's great. All right. How about your favorite superhero? Who would that be?
Favorite superhero? That's a tough one because my dad is a really big Marvel fan. So if I answered this wrong, it could be bad.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to say, I'm gonna go with Thor.
You would go with Thor. All right.
Yeah.
And so which one would you most represent? Which one would you be like the most? Which superhero? So you like
Um.
Thor, but who would you represent?
Yeah. I think I'd be Groot.
You'd be Groot.
Yeah.
That's a good answer. I like that one. All right. Very good. Okay. What is your favorite after game snack or meal? What's your go-to?
All right. So after my first rugby game, it just became a thing. I had a 32-ounce steak. I really like steak after games. I don't know. It just feels right.
Well, who doesn't like steak? I mean, after a game, before the game, maybe even during the
Yeah.
game, you might like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if somebody brings me a steak during a game, I wouldn't turn it down.
I can believe that. You say, Coach, time out. Somebody, there's some steak over here. I don't need a water break. I need
Yeah.
a steak break. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's great. Oh, yes. They say they make 32-ounce steaks. Whatever's in the refrigerator. Yeah, all the above. That's great.
Whatever's in the refrigerator.
Okay. Now, Mom might have to chime in on this one because this is one that you might not give us the whole inside scoop on. But what chore
Okay.
do you absolutely despise doing?
Cleaning the bathrooms or toilets.
Cleaning
I don't
bathrooms or
like those.
toilets.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have to say that would be probably low on my list too, or high
Yeah.
on my
And
list
just
as far as.
yeah. And like the chemicals you use just doesn't. It just gives you a headache. It's just not fun.
Yeah, this is kind of similar, but your mom's chiming in on this one. This is kind of similar to cleaning bathrooms. It's the cat litter box.
Oh yeah, that one's bad too.
Of course it is. Who likes doing stuff like that? I don't. All right, if you could teleport to anywhere, where would you go?
I go to New Zealand.
New Zealand. Why would you like to go there?
Rugby.
Rugby. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I forgot to ask you that question. So that would be probably obviously your favorite rugby team from New Zealand.
My favorite rugby team would be um, the South African Springboks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite player?
Faf de Klerk. He's I think he's like 5'3", 5. He might be taller than that. But he's like good 220 pounds, and he's just like he looks like a small, like short dude. He's a big guy, but he just
Okay.
goes out there and will take out the biggest guy on the field.
Just take him out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's probably because he does stuff like this that your mom just said. Ask him how he ate an entire pizza yesterday. The technique.
So, uh, I got tired of chewing really, so I took it and I rolled it up. So it looked like a burrito almost, and I ate it that way.
You got tired of chewing. All right.
Yeah.
You know, that's an important part of eating, Isaiah, is chewing.
I
So
know. I got tired of chewing, so I don't know. I just wanted to get it over with, but I was still hungry.
okay. That would be that smoothie part, afterwards. Don't eat
Yeah.
so much pizza and then go have
Yeah.
your smoothie. That way you can suck it down.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your hidden talent?
In talent, I'd say reading music, I guess,
Okay.
or
That's good.
just music.
What's your favorite type of music?
I like R&B at the moment. I don't know, it's just nice. It can always be used in any mood, really.
Okay. Very good. Let's see. Let's go with what's one thing most people don't know about you?
I'm a big teddy bear. That's what a lot of people don't know about me. It's weird because when they first meet me, people always say they're like intimidated of me until I open my mouth. So that's I'd go with that.
Yeah, I would have to say that's accurate. Again, through the pictures, again, I felt like Katie did a great job capturing that intensity that you have for rugby.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, it was pretty intimidating. But like you said, the moment you start talking, they're like, okay, this guy might not kill me. That's good.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, we got a great question here. Great one. Here we come. Coach Monks. This is Coach Shannon. How many tacos did you eat after cross country races?
All right. So I forgot where we were, but we were all on the bus on the way back. And Coach Shannon's in the bus with everybody else, and I come walking out with a 20 taco party box. And I sit in the shotgun seat next to him. He just goes, "You're a pig." And then I ate all of them.
You ate them all.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I bet.
I ate
it was
them all,
amazing.
and then 10 minutes later we were filling up on gas and we got ice cream. It's amazing.
Yeah, it would be amazing just to watch. That's all I'm saying. I'm picturing this right now.
Yeah.
Someday, I am going to see you on that Nathan's hot dog competition. You're going to be putting down some hot dogs or something along that line.
I don't really like hot dogs that much, but every time I eat hot dogs, it's like 8 or 9 at a time.
Okay, that by far describes not liking hot dogs at all. Eating 8 or 9 of them. All right. Hey, Miss Cheryl Jones said, I didn't know he played the piano.
Yeah, so in my life I've played the piano, the cello, the drums a little bit, and then in elementary school we were required to play the flute.
Okay, cool. I didn't know that either. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, what animal are you secretly terrified of?
I would say, that's a great question. I would say a possum.
A possum. Why a possum?
Yeah. I don't know. Like from a good 30 feet, they look okay, but the closer you get, they just look scary and gross, and like they're not scared. They'll just run after you.
Yep. Brian Gerling said you need to start a GoFundMe page for food. There we go.
For my birthday, actually, I got like 3 Hy-Vee gift cards just so I could go get food.
Oh, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna bring in two more questions. Here we go. What's at the top of your bucket list?
top of my bucket list. Um, I'd say a professional sport or a game in the NRL.
Okay, very cool. And then this last one right here.
Mhm.
What wild animal do you think that you could, what's the largest wild animal you think you could take down without any weaponry?
Probably a spider.
Probably a spider, okay. How big of a
Yeah.
spider?
Well, daddy long legs.
Okay. Because if
I
it
think,
was one of those bird-eating
yeah.
spiders, do you think you could handle that from New Zealand?
I mean, if I throw my shoe at it, maybe.
And a size 15 shoe might actually do some damage to with one of those, so that
Yeah.
would work.
Every time there's a bug in the house, I always just go grab a shoe.
All right, cool. Very good. Just don't knock down anything of your mom's or break anything, okay?
Yeah.
All right,
I've tried.
that's good. Hey, I want to give you one opportunity to just
Mhm.
quickly just tell, people, one thing from you that might be a thankful thing for the people that have poured into you. I'll let
Mhm.
you finish with that, and then I'll close out the program.
Yeah. So every sport or any activity that I'm really into, my whole family, my mom was a little skeptical of rugby at first, but after I get into it, they're all very supportive of it. Um, they are a little, um, I say they might be a little annoyed at times at how much I'm into it because I might forget to do other things, but they're always really supportive and will be there at every game or um, help with anything I need in order to follow through with what I'm doing.
Very good. Very good.
And they always feed me well.
Well, they have to. They have
Yeah,
to.
there's not
And
many
I'm,
leftovers at Thanksgiving after I'm
yeah,
done.
I am just getting the complete picture of all that. I mean, I think eventually you're going to probably have your own food truck too. You're just
I hope
not
so.
not for selling to anybody, but just for your own
Yeah,
purposes.
yeah.
All right, Isaiah, you are a very awesome young man. It's been my honor to know you, and um, I'm looking forward to all the different things that you're going to be doing in the future. Again, continue to keep that heart that you had for people, the way that you serve them and love them. That is the greatest quality that you have, and just continue to release that. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to have you hold on here while I say goodbye to everybody. And thanks everyone for joining us tonight on One Nation, a Sports Locker Magazine Extra. My co-host Jay, he's over on the other side of the mountains, I think taking a nap right now because he wasn't feeling too well. He'll be back with us again hopefully next week. Uh, we just want to make sure that you guys continue to like and share this content. We'll have this page on YouTube as well on our Sports Locker One Nation Extra. That'll be on there so you can find it. Um, a great interview, Isaiah. Good job.
Thank you.
Tell everybody goodbye. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you guys for coming.
All right. And hold on here with me, and I'll visit with you after we're done here with this final closing. Thanks, guys. We will see you all next week on One Nation, a Sports Locker Magazine Extra.